Hey GSA, I'm sending you this video because I've been following you on Facebook, and the last few days there's been a whole lot of, oh my God, I have to go to school again. It's not GSA. What am I going to do? I can't stand it. I miss GSA. I miss GSA too. But I thought I would take a couple of minutes and kind of help you remember how you can bring GSA to wherever you are so you don't die of depression. Okay, I don't want you to freak out and feel like school is miserable and life is miserable just because you left GSA, because there's actually another way to think about it. So I'm going to share with you 5 real quick tips to make sure that as this school year gets started, you can stay inspired, motivated, connected, and especially you can keep us all in your heart. So here's the first tip. Number 1, what is. You have to accept reality. The reality is that your experience at 3 weeks at GSA was amazing, but that is in the past now, all right? And a lot of times, you've probably seen adults who do this a lot. They let their past sabotage their present. So if you're constantly thinking about what was, then you can't be truly connected to what is. So I want you to start thinking about what you are facing right now and accept it and move forward. It's kind of like the weather. Today's a beautiful spring, gorgeous day, right? It might rain tomorrow. All right? But when it's raining tomorrow, I can't spend all my time thinking, man, it was great yesterday when the sun was shining, because then I might miss something beautiful about the rain as it gently falls, okay? So what I'm saying is you've got to focus on what is going on right now and not beat yourself up or create a lot of pain for yourself because you're not simply accepting the reality. That's the first thing. Don't let your past sabotage the present. What is, reality is now. Number 2, some of you are talking about, well, you know, my school, people aren't the same at GSA, and yeah, that's true. Or I don't have friends or whatever. Here's a tip. This is amazing. Give what you want to receive. Okay, so say you're feeling lonely, you're not feeling connected. I dare you to go out and take the initiative and be proactive and connect with somebody else. Okay, there's got to be somebody in your neighborhood or school. It could be a teacher, a counselor, a friend, somebody who you can connect with. You can talk about your artistic experiences. Maybe there's a student over in the corner in the cafeteria who is lonely and they're shy, just like you were the first day at GSA. You remember that? Okay, and you can reach out to them. So whatever it is, a lot of the times, not a lot, but when I feel really lonely sometimes, what I do is I will pick up the phone or email or call somebody and give them the comfort and the companionship and that connection that I'm looking for. And it's amazing. When you give what you want to receive, you get more of it. And you also help somebody else. So think about that. Number 3, there's an old story about a lady, a grandmother, who was at the river washing her clothes with her granddaughter. This is like in an indigenous village somewhere. And something really difficult had happened with Grandma. And granddaughter said, Grandma, what's wrong? And Grandma said, well, there's like these 2 lions inside me, and they're fighting. And one is a lion filled with anger and resentment and depression and sadness and all these negative emotions. And the other is a lion that's filled with joy and hope and possibility. And they're fighting. And the little girl says, well, Grandma, so which one's winning? And Grandma says, the one I feed. The one I feed. You can feed your sense of despair and frustration and all of that, or you can feed your sense of hope and possibility. It's your choice. The greatest gift that you have is the possession of a mind that you can direct in the way you want. Okay, so some of you need to really stop thinking about, oh, this is all terrible, and ask yourself, what is the good in this? What is the kernel of possibility? So start feeding your hope and your possibility. Make the choice. Here's a great thing to do. Take a minute, take a pen and paper, or you can do this on your computer or whatever, and make a gratitude list. Make a list of everything that you can think of in your life that you're thankful for. All right? Start with me, start with GSA, whatever. But make that list. Do it every morning. Making a gratitude list every day, maybe in the morning or in the evening, will totally change your life. It's a research technique that will actually help you begin to focus more on the blessings and the good things, because the more you focus on those, the more you get. All right? So I know it can be really, really hard when you wake up in the morning and say, I don't want to go to school, I don't want to do whatever, to actually focus on gratitude, but believe me, it really works, okay? So the 3rd principle, use your power of choice. Remember, you're getting more of whatever you feed, all right? Number 4, it's really important. Now there's 230 or 240 people on the Facebook group. A lot of you are connected in other ways. You've got to stay connected. You've got to reach out. Remember, GSA LEAD, the A stands for Ask for Help. Well, you've got to make sure you take the initiative. Now, that might mean contacting folks on a Facebook group. It might mean getting on the phone, whatever. But I would suggest that every single day, even if it's 5 minutes, you will text or call or email or connect with somebody else from GSA, especially if you live like way out in the boonies and you don't have people to connect with, because that's how your community will survive and thrive. So make sure, and sometimes it's not easy to stay connected, you know, because when you're all alone, it can be really tempting to go into isolation. I'm an only child. Shout out to Nick, he knows what I'm talking about. When you're an only child, it's really, really easy to isolate. So I understand that on a personal level. I also understand, I remember when I went to Brevard Music Center 1,000 years ago, I came home, I was really, really depressed. If I had stayed connected with people, it would have changed everything. So stay connected, all right? So the last thing to make sure you really, really remember our last night, our big celebration. I quoted a poem to you from E.E. Cummings, I Carry Your Heart, and we talked about how GSA is in your heart. I want you to remember that last night. And I want you to remember all of us saying to you, you can do it, you are GSA, you're the spirit of GSA. And when you have those lonely moments, take a moment, close your eyes, put your hand on your heart, and remember that night, and remember that everybody in that room is your friend, rooting for you, and helping you keep the GSA spirit alive. So that's your responsibility, it's really important for you to do, all right? So finally, remember, we're all right here in your heart. And remember also, you made a commitment on that last night. You said, I commit to carry the GSA spirit into my community in this way. I'm holding you to that commitment, because that means that you commit not only to feel sorry for yourself that you aren't around all of your friends, but to do something and be proactive to bring some of the gifts that you experienced this summer to those around you. It could be sharing a poem, sharing a work of art, just sharing a story, or sharing something you learned. But make sure that you remember that your job right now, from now on, is to take what you learned and discovered and experienced in GSA and carry it and promote it and be an artist, because you are an artist and you make a difference, and I carry you in my heart. Have a fabulous beginning of the school year, and I'll see you on Facebook. I'll see you at the reunions. I'll see you wherever. Take care. Bye, GSA. See you.